Hi everybody, I'm just logging on so I can have a look at the stream chat myself. 2 seconds. And we are here. We are playing some Diablo 3, me and Andrew. I'm playing a level 70 Necromancer, and Andrew, if he joins, is going to be joining me as a
level 57 Witch Doctor.
Yep, with a lovely little half-eaten blood golem pet type thing, gross little horrible thing that he is. Right, let's see what we can get done here.
Let's do it.
There we go. So, we're loading in, we're going, pardon me, straight into adventure mode, which is a mode that gets unlocked, especially early for people playing this on Nintendo Switch. Normally you'd have to complete the story to unlock this version of this play mode in the game, but yeah, okay. But because we're on Nintendo Switch, we get this from the get-go, which is excellent. So let's go kill Vermite, whoever Vermite shall be. So, Vermite is probably not out that way. He's probably somewhere into the spider cave. Let's kill all of the spiders. Fingers crossed nobody in the chat is afraid of spiders moving their direction. So, the challenge here is wipe out 100 little spider babbies and then find Vermite, whomever Vermite shall be. We don't actually know who or what Vermite is at the moment, but whoever it is, it shall die. Who shall die? So, abilities-wise, what are we running? Me and Andrew are both running pretty heavy pet builds, if Andrew actually summons the pet. So I am running a Necromancer with an army of skeletons, a flesh golem. I can revive enemies to fight by our side, like that. So we've got some lovely little fallen adversary dudes. And I can summon skeletal mages like thus. You can just see them floating around me and following me floating around. So we've got a bit of an army going on here. Andrew, however, has some lovely purple zombie dogs. And when he summons it, a lovely big chappy purple gargantuan. There he comes, up out the ground. Purple gargantuan with voodoo strikes.
Can't think to land a smack down here.
No joke. So lots of lovely corpses here, so let's see what we can do about something. Other abilities we are running with. I have Siphon Blood, which is augmented by a legendary power that allows it to target up to 3 enemies in the vicinity. I'm also running with Blood Rush, which allows me to travel a bit farther. You can see I've just teleported. I am here with the blue, big orange spike. I teleport, and I am now up here. Purple underneath. You should give this easily. Well, vaguely easily. And more importantly, you should give Andrew some much needed experience. Character for a second there. So Andrew, what abilities are you running on your voodoo?
Well, currently I'm running a fireball, which when you press the one button, it basically does that. I'm running.
It's a little fountain of fire where it lands. Lovely, lovely.
I'm running a confusion.
So he's got a a mass confusion spell that creates this massive skeletal wound that chases after people and eats them. We have found Vermite, tiny but deadly. It's a little spidering dude here in the middle of all our minions.
I've also got the ability, mate. How do you get my lesson?
So he's got the ability, which is quite an interesting one, to summon zombie bears. Why zombie bears? I don't know, but zombie bears it is. And they tend to do quite the awful amount of damage. So Vermite has been defeated, and that bounty is donezo. So let's head off to kill Cudgel Arm, our next target. Oh, if Andrew doesn't cancel my teleport. Thank you, Andrew.
Worst player ever I am.
Nah, not that bad.
On my turn.
Right. So, we're in the crypt at the very beginning of the game, the cathedral, where you find the skeleton king. Spoilers. Some skeletal mages to burst down their elite. Andrew's got some fireballs going off and a big skeleton dude rampaging through their lines. So we'll head down here in the hope to find Cudgel Arm. Oh, I think we might just have taken out Cudgel Arm. And here's a visitor. So we have a nemesis here. He's a particularly nasty chap, or used to be, before I hit level 70.
And I died.
You died?
Yeah, and I died.
Oh, so that nemesis is going to be even stronger since Andrew died when we next meet. So the nemesis mechanic is if an elite defeats you, it basically consumes some of your power and therefore becomes quite the considerable chunk stronger and becomes your nemesis for obvious reasons. When it does that, it can then return and attack you at will until you defeat it. Really super helpful, not. But what it is very good in terms of loot and experience, since the nemesis enemies tend to drop a hell of a lot of money and good loot and experience for players leveling up and actually our Paragon level. So I've just hit Paragon level 5. Some more breath over here, it's a high level crafting material.
I need money.
We're going to keep on looking for enemies. We actually finished our bounty. Our bounty has been completed. So once we've finished all these enemies off, I'm going to get us to teleport out of this area using the map. I'm going to take on a big boss type monster called the Butcher. And he's a bit scary. So, let's head this way. Head over this way. The Butcher, we actually have an arrow on our map where the entrance to the Butcher's chambers are. Here's a special room called the Chamber of Suffering, where the floor is filled with fire grate. Just delicious. Lots of enemies have been doing summer. There you go. Lots more allies first. Andrew has just leveled up to level 58. That was that big orange flash you saw. So he got a number of the skill upgrades you can see popping up at the side of the screen, just above player 2. And I just gained Paragon level 6 as well, with that blue flash you just saw. I believe so. I can only go on the arrow we've got. The arrow's kind of pointing in that direction. So So heading this way. Then we're gonna try to head this way along this corridor. I think we should cut this way down. Okay. So if we head along this way, eat some of these skeletons and take them over ourselves along with the there is a champion over there. I am on low health, so I'm going to need to be a reminder. Right guys, so I'm going to put my big guy and then summon him a million times over. So my big flesh golem you see running around can actually jump and detonate himself. So we've got Worm with the Damned chilling around somewhere. He's over here. And I think there was another legendary somewhere around.
Overburdened.
That's dealt with them. Continue to head over. If you roll through the fire, it actually stops you being hit by a too much. You're invulnerable for most of the animation time you're in the fire. So we have reached an exit, but that's not the exit we want. That's the exit of a cursed hold, unfortunately. So I check our map also. We want to be heading probably down here. This sort of area. So, let's head onwards to that place I just mentioned, to the southwest, I believe?
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's correct, yeah.
So, I use Blood Rush here if I can. Oh, I missed it. So I can use Blood Rush in this situation to speed me up quite considerably, like that. Skipping through obstacles and enemies outright without having to actually fight them. Often getting into more tactically advantageous positions and giving me the advantage in sometimes quite difficult battles. Yay, loads of zombie cultists. Everybody loves a bit of zombie cultists in the morning. So, we head on here. This is looking more hopeful. It seems to be a mimicry of the path we had at first, but it seems to put us in a more appropriate position. Since we are basically south of where we want to be, the big orange arrow on the new map, if you can see that. So, we want to head up here and we should reach the entrance to the Chambers of Suffering. Apologies for that.
I'll just as you can see with the blue dot over the head, is that correct?
Yeah, so you've got a little swirly blue vortex that appears over some enemies' heads sometimes. And that's indicative of Andrew charming them and making them fight for us for a time. So, just up here, if we stairs down, there we go, to the Chamber of Suffering, with a few enemies inside. Dealt with.
Are we going in?
Yeah. So here is the Butcher. He's a large chappy with a hook and a chain and a massive axe. He likes to charge at the walls, very often stunning himself. Yep, and he's got grab and smack. Less fun for him, more fun for me. Bears. Watch out for the fire engine. Nice one. Now we get to take our dastardly spoils, our well-earned spoils, from both the chest and the boss himself. That's everything we can pick up. So I think Andrew's inventory is full, so we might actually head back to New Tristram and do a bit of inventory management. Fun, fun, fun.
Let's do that.
It's going to be pretty quick. So if Andrew heads over to this anvil thing here, salvage item bench.
Where's that?
Where it says salvage.
That one?
Yeah. Goes over to salvage
Yeah.
and presses X to mass salvage.
And then A to accept it.
Yeah. That will deal with all his inventory problems in 2 button clicks.
Exactly.
Lovely jubbly. Close that, and we are off adventuring. In fact, I am going to do much the same for just a second, just so I too have an empty inventory. So we have 2 choices. Let's do a besieged farm. Let's save some farmers. Let's be the good guys for once, rather than the murdering meanies.
Just checking my gear before we continue. My skills.
Yep, so it's a good idea in these sorts of games to keep a tabs on what new items have come into your inventory and what new skills you've unlocked. So Andrew's just unlocked a new rune for the Gargantuan, which is his big zombie minion, which allows his zombie to basically smack the enemy really hard and knock them all up into the sky.
The one I was using before was
I believe it was the 4th one.
the big
No,
thing.
yeah, I believe it was the big stinker rune that causes the Gargantuan to emit basically a massive fart.
Yeah.
It's a big poison cloud that does damage over time to enemies in its area.
Now, I'm just checking my equipment. You ready?
Yeah, ready when you are, Andrew?
Cool,
So,
let's go.
we've got an arrow on our map, as you can see in the middle of the screen. We're going to have to take out some enemies on the way, both good and bad. Some zombie mages in there. So, this looks very much like a farm. So, is this the farm that is being besieged?
Let's
I'm
find out.
assuming it is, given we have a big yellow dot. And there looks like the minions. Yeah, lovely job. So, big, massive fight, lots of death, and blood, and guts, and gore, and all things good and wholesome. And then Burrow Bile pops out, shows his face for just a fraction of a second before vanishing in a puff of death. And a farmer mysteriously appears out of nowhere, leads us over to the cellar where we meet his lovely wife, who is this beauty, who, if I don't know whether you can see on stream, if my flesh golem will move out of the way, but is a skeleton. Flesh golem. Stay out of the way of the stream. Whose head's just fallen off? And we, big chest full of loot for our endeavours, and head on to the last bounty in Tristram.
Yeah?
So in this bounty, a little bit different from what we've done so far. So we have to kill an elite somewhere in this map, but we also have to kill 100 of the smaller enemies. Not particularly tricky for characters of our level, but certainly on higher difficulties, and I am going to up the difficulty after this, if I'm able, to give it a bit of more of a challenge, because it doesn't look like we're struggling too much. Give you guys need to actually watch rather than just absolute slaughter. And dying for everyone, Andrew.
Yeah, of course.
You're very impolite.
We apologise. Yeah.
So, if I go into the main menu,
Let's do it.
change difficulty, we can go to Master. That'll do. Master is what I was playing on earlier today, and doing mediocre at with this character. This character's not got amazing gear yet at level 70. It's only just hit level 70 about 5 minutes ago. So, not particularly effective level 70 character yet. And Andrew's character board isn't really level 70 yet. So we've got a cave here, and we've actually defeated all 100 enemies that was our target. So we can make pretty much a beeline for that big gold arrow on the minimap in the middle of the screen.
Kill this first. Monster then.
So, we head through the multitude of enemies, firing all manner of nastiness at them. We meet Tiffany, the vomiting beauty. So, Tiffany is a retching cadaver, I think is her enemy type. And she's one of the enemy types that can summon other enemies to the battlefield, which is quite frustrating, let's say. And that is a legendary mojo, which I think Andrew will have seen. So the mojo is an offhand item that only reached up to the wheel. Yeah, so once we finish with these enemies, and the enemies just to the north, which I believe are a legendary pack. Once we've finished off with these legendaries, with these enemies, and this champion up here, we will go and have a look at that legendary mojo Andrew. What fantastic powers it holds within its grasp. This is playing a bit of crazy laser dance party here.
I'm not the best at that.
But it has gone down, it still has gone down, but released all manner of nastiness upon its death. I think we're good, so if I teleport us back to town, we can have a look at some of the gear we have got. So, I am going to get us our loot caches for completing the bounties. And if Andrew opens his inventory, he can go to where the green star is, and he'll see an unidentified item. If he presses Y on that unidentified item, it will become identified, and we'll find out that it is homunculus, which is actually ridiculously good for his class, given it summons a zombie dog to his side every 2 seconds, which is actually kind of crazy.
Yeah. Should I attach this?
If we can find you a good one-hander, which we probably can, that's going to be an amazing offhand. Yeah. So, next task is find Andrew and one-hander weapon. So, if Andrew comes out of that menu, you come out of that menu, Andrew. Yeah. Head to this little building I'm highlighting here, where there's forge weapons.
Yep.
And go to the dagger symbol, top corner.
That one?
Yeah. You might have to train up your vendor somewhat to get some more appropriate daggers. Because you can only make. If you go to the 5th page on this menu, you can see it's just train. And train up this vendor a couple more tiers. Yeah. Age train up again.
And again?
You can do it again if you want.
So now.
Yeah. And then head back to weapons. And go to the dagger. We can see he's got a much higher level 55 obsidian edge that he can now craft and equip. So if Andrew grabs one of them, see what he gets on it.
Did I get it?
So that is pretty decent actually. So if you press Y to equip that straight out the crafting menu, and then come out of that menu altogether.
Yeah, I'm out of that, yeah.
And then he goes back into his inventory, he can equip that very nice mojo we just received.
Yeah.
Yup. The homunculus. Lovely. That's very nice. That's got a very nice legendary power.
Anything else I need to do?
I'm wondering whether that will increase the cap on the number of zombie dogs Andrew can have, because at the moment he can only have 5. I'm wondering whether that will increase the number of zombie dogs he can have. Doesn't look like it at the moment, but it might do. So I'm just going to store my Heraldric Caches away. Don't need to do that really, but we are going to head off and do a Nephilim Rift, which is the other main compartment of adventure mode. Of adventure mode. So Rifts, both Nephilim and Greater, are challenge areas where you have to defeat a certain number of enemies to unlock a boss, which you defeat to get great loot. To do Greater Rifts, you have to have Greater Rift Keystones, which drop off Nephilim Rifts at level 70. You can unlock higher Nephilim Greater Rifts by actually completing the highest tier Greater Rift you had unlocked previous. So if one of us heads in here like this,
You've got a comment on your thing. You know?
So let's head this way. So we can find. So as you can probably see, we've got a bar to the side that says 1% at the moment. That's going to be going up. It's just gone up to 2% as I speak. And that is the bar that denotes how much progress we've made to unlocking, I guess is the word, the Nephilim Rift Guardian. Once we unlock the Guardian, we can defeat him with sweet, sweet loot. Let me summon some allies quickly. Oh, there's bad guys in this room. Let's go. And there he is. So, let's find out what's going on. Some sand wasps and a legendary fallen summoner chap called Valor the Discorder. So I will go with that. Take that as dodge. Go with it, Harry. Yeah, I saw it, don't worry. I'm on it. So Valor the Discorder has teleport at the moment. So all legendary mobs, rare mobs, which are blue. Oh, there's a legendary item for you, Andrew. All legendary mobs, that's the yellow ones, and rare mobs, that's the blue ones, and in fact bosses will have prefixes, or suffixes, depending on your opinion, that augment their abilities above and beyond that of a normal monster or demon. So if we find another elite, which is the collective name for rare and legendary monsters, I can demonstrate some elite suffixes. Let's see what we can dig up out of this rocky dungeon. Here's an elite. What have we got? So it looks like you've got the abilities Mortar, Waller, and Wormhole. It also turns out, having a close look, you've also got the ability to teleport. Now, to the uninitiated, that might just sound like a load of gobbledygook. But that actually makes a significant difference to the way you actually fight this guy. You can't fight him at long range, or extremely long range, because he has the ability to just rain death on you from above. But if you get close, and he doesn't want to be close to you, he can just teleport away. But if he wants to be close to you, and you want to stay away, he can just teleport straight to you. So, some of these buffs, some of these suffixes, can be rather nasty and quite mess up your combat style if you want to play in a very particular way. 26%. I am stuck on a bench at the moment. More elites. So these have shielding and jailer as new powers we haven't seen before, as well as Molten. Now, shielder is like that. Is the bubble they occasionally put up on themselves that prevents them from taking any damage whatsoever. It's really irritating. As well as Molten, which causes them to explode. Jan's about to find out which most issues if he doesn't dodge now. He did dodge, so he didn't explode me. Over a million pieces. Plowing our way through this dungeon fairly effectively. Let's see what else we've got. So we've got there's another legendary there. This one's got Arcane Enchantment, which for me is one of my least favourite legendary summons. It creates that nasty purple spinning laser beam that we mentioned earlier. And if you get a lot of them, you basically get a laser dance party of death. Super fun. Not. Yeah, I'm about to die, guys.
I'm still alive somehow.
Yeah. That's what happens if you get caught in a dance party of death. You tend to die.
I'm trying to find my way out.
So I've managed to resurrect, and I'm sending as many enemies with... Oh, that's lasers. I'm sending as many enemies as I can to take out the remaining blue enemies, which also happen to have Arcane Enchantment. Just to mess with us even more.
I'm absolutely petrified from staying behind the door.
Yeah, it seems to be a fairly good strategy, staying out of the line of sight of these guys.
I'm just using my
So
range.
if you can see this little orange orb at the side of my screen that Andrew just picked up. The little orange orb with a skull on it that Andrew just picked up, that gives us extra progress towards our goal of completing the Nephilim Rift. That adds a fairly hefty chunk to our progress bar, which is currently at 46%.
And since we've been doing that, by the way, I've now gone up to level 61.
Excellent. So Andrew's now into the big league, post 60 leagues, which means he can get some of the slightly better loot in the game, as well as access to some of the tougher areas and some nastier monster drops. He's not quite level 70 yet, so he's not hit level cap. So he doesn't get access to the most powerful loot yet. But still, it's progress. Progress is good.
And that's what we're working towards, isn't it?
Yeah. Progress is beneficial. Yet to find one where progress is a negative. So Andrew just sent a skeleton running down this corridor, so we're all going to follow it and beat up anything that it runs into. Lots of ethereal skeletons in here. Someone's going to come back and fight for us. There's also some blue guys with an ability that I quite like, but most people don't. It's called Health Link.
What's that do?
It can make the enemies a lot harder to kill, but means when you kill one of them, the others are going to be much easier to kill.
I'm just confused most of the people in this area that we're going into.
That was lovely, Andrew. Completely bamboozled by your attack.
By confusing them, it allows us to attack them without worrying about them attacking.
I'm going to summon some reinforcements from behind us, using these corpses. Those archers, that's very useful. Bring them to the fight, surely they can be of assistance in some form or other.
Has my guy gone big yet?
So, Andrew's using a particular buff on his Gargantuan, which is the large zombie fellow you see marauding around.
Yeah, that's where I am now.
That allows him to go basically Hulk mode when it's either lit. You might see it happen now if it's not on cooldown. And he's not behind the door.
Oh. Yeah, he's running into it now.
No, he doesn't. He does even red Andrew when he goes full mode. Really noticeable. Your health is going down very quickly. You should probably deal with that. These are arcane enchanted orbiters that are not battle fast, which makes them difficult to deal with in melee, but not too bad for the ranged characters that we are. Given we can stay away from their knockback. Another pair of legendary boots for Andrew.
Thank you.
All the legendary boots for Andrew. It's the second pair on the stream.
Certainly can't complain with that.
No. I'm just waiting for when we get a legendary out of a coffin. That's impressive.
Yeah, I think we can use them all again.
Yeah, lovely. Summoning. I don't know what I was doing now. Oh, revive, yeah. So we're summoning some enemies there. That's Ash here. Ash just saying hello.
Right, nearly 24 of the way done at the
Yeah, so we're nearly at 75% on our bar. There's a lot more in the yet. A lot more finishing on some allies, varying types, and progress this way. At the moment, the main goal is to find the second floor, because I believe we're still on the first floor of this dungeon, which is amazing. First floors are not normally some prolific in monster density. So, this enemy has an ability called Frozen, which allows him to let go of large ice spheres and drop them around the map, causing us to be frozen if we track them in little circles of ice, like I am right now. On my joystick to get here. Lots less pressure everywhere. As I mentioned earlier, floor 2 has appeared.
Can we go to floor 2 then?
We are indeed going to floor 2. Now,
85% complete.
the ways floors work in Nephilim Rifts are particularly interesting due to the fact that it doesn't matter which original tiles that you get, as in whether you're in a burning building, or an ancient cathedral, or a desert ruin, or a cave in the snowy mountains. The second floor, or even the third floor or fourth floor, will almost always be something completely different. Given the origin of Nephilim Rifts, and in fact Greater Rifts, are the imagination of the person who summoned them, i.e. my character. So this is meant to simulate the, air quotes, hardest experience that my character could come up with.
I thought we just bought it. I just had to play now.
But since it's not a Greater Rift, it's not actually that challenging. The lore behind it states that by defeating what your inner self believes to be the most challenging challenge, you therefore inherently become stronger. Makes it easy in a sense. A bit RPG, but makes it in a sense. So we are very nearly at our big boss guy, and about halfway through my portion of this live stream. I think at the halfway mark, I'm going to have to go get a drink. My throat is drying out.
you want to go get your drink, Ed?
Nah, I'll get one in a minute, Andrew. I've got cola over here. So, can't get anything more down there. There's some bodies here for me to summon back.
I actually
So, if we send these guys down to Chinatown with some fireballs, some lasers, and some minions, and very soon the boss should appear. It should be the most interesting, if not late. I've just got up to power level 15. Andrew is rapidly catching up. Which is only to be expected as his level is costing a lot less experience than mine. Well, the boss isn't necessarily in an area, it just spawns near us and attacks us outright.
Have you hit the dark mark?
No, you'll know it. You'll know it. Andrew's worried he won't notice this boss, but trust me, he'll notice the boss's appearance. These are more bad guys with arcane enchantment, and we can confuse them and charm them. There's the boss man. It's a giant bat dude with firepower.
I mean, bat is about to... It's about to...
Bat that shoots fireballs. So like a dragon thing, horns. Human dragon thing.
That's bat. Rift Guardian.
Rift Guardian, Angendot.
And Andrew has died on the game.
Yeah, Andrew is dead and buried. Put his memory to bed out. He is dead. We've managed to take out the champion that was with Angendot. And the last job of the rift is to take this guy down. So I'm going to hex. I'm going to summon some guys. I'm going to health potion. And then we are going to bring him down now. So I get a couple of greater rift keystones. I don't think Andrew got any of those keystones. Every races of the loop. We have a party crasher in the form of Death Maiden. I don't think it's any okay. So now that's dealt with, I can hit return to town. And while I go and get a drink, Andrew can hand the quest back to Olbrek. If he can find him. He's a big ghosty fellow, Andrew, with a little hint.
Okay. Let's have a look. There we are, we found Olbrek. So let's hand this in. So it says, the trial is complete. All sorted. This closes in 30 seconds. There we are. That's all done. Now we're just going to check what we can upgrade for my character. Oh wow. This guy just got some pretty nifty upgrades, to be fair. So I'll just have a look to see which ones I should upgrade and which ones I should keep. Let's go from there. Intro. That's what these does. Have a look. Prepared?
So, question of the day. Has Andrew found Olbrek and handed in the rift? Oh,
Yes,
he
he
has. Success. We have success on the Andrew front.
Exactly.
Oh, I need this drink.
Yeah. We're just having a look at the weapons and looking at my upgrades that we can do currently.
Excellent.
So I'm just asking Adam which ones would be, if it's best to leave what I've got already, or should
Oh,
I
no.
set them over?
With gear in Diablo, specifically Diablo 3, because I have no experience with the other Diablos, always better to go for stuff that has the green up arrows.
Like the one that I'm on at the moment.
Yeah, that's good. That looks like a big upgrade for you.
So if you look at the compare, just to see
Yeah.
the difference, it's got a massive
You can
upgrade.
see it has a lot more intelligence, some life per hit, a bit of experience per kill, but the main bit is the intelligence and the armour that Andrew's looking for there.
And also the attack speed as well.
Attack speed is useful, but not amazing for a Witch Doctor. It's not one of your key stats.
So it's an upgrade.
But yeah, that's a big upgrade for you there, Andrew.
Put that on.
Oh, that's much better. Lovely job.
Then I've got new armour as well, so
I'd equip that one too.
probably while I was dying on the game all the time.
Very possibly. It doesn't look like you had that much survivability. I would go maybe for that that bottom of the 2 chest pieces.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, looks like a big
Put that on.
upgrade.
You get the star.
Oops.
That helmet looks lovely, actually. It's delicious.
That's pretty epic, actually, isn't it? So that's a map.
There.
Look at the upgrade.
Yeah, that looks delicious. Stick that on.
Yeah.
Oh my days, you're terrifying.
And I'll put this
That
on.
looks decent, yeah.
I'll put that on as well, yeah.
So,
So I'm keeping that on at what I've got on now, yeah? No?
you want the legendary power from that, remember, Andrew?
Yeah.
The free zombie dog every 2 minutes. 2 seconds.
You need that.
That ring, that bottom ring, looks like it's a fairly decent upgrade.
This one here, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's have a look at it, just to say.
Oh, yeah, that's got intelligence, which his current ring is missing, which is his key stat.
Yeah.
So if he can get intelligence anywhere, he really wants to go for it.
There, after I've equipped that, I'm going to check the other ring again. No, that's crap. Move
So
down.
Andrew wants to go for boots next, and he's got 2 pairs of legendary boots.
Let's see what they
2
are.
different pairs for a look at it. So let's have a look at these, see what he's got. He's got iron mud spotterers.
So press back.
Yeah, go back and identify the other ones.
Let me get here, so I do apologise.
And I think these will be cinder somethings. Firewalkers, there we go.
So they're
So-
legendary.
He's got 2 legendary boots. One's got slightly more armor than the other, but the other has slightly more attack than the iron. So the firewalkers have more offense. Iron toe mud spotterers have more defense. Up to you, Andrew. Which one you want to go for?
So I'm just going to have a look at the 2 intelligences just to see which one would be better for me in the long run.
I'm gonna guess it's that one.
That one.
That one also has more damage. And it's movement speed.
So
So
that one's
movement
got,
speed is a very key stat.
so this one's got less intelligence, but more move speed,
Yeah.
but more armor. So it's really
So
just, what would you suggest?
I'd have gone with the firewalkers purely for their legendary power, given it causes the ground beneath Andrew's feet to be set on fire, dealing weapon damage every second,
Put that on then.
3,385% weapon damage every second, which is quite a lot of damage just for a passive ability.
So put this on as well, yeah?
Yeah, that's good. Last one being the belt. That is a big upgrade,
That's
so
a
grab it.
massive upgrade.
Grab what you can.
That's
And
all
that
fine.
looks fine. Lovely jubbly. Right, let me have a quick sneakle through my inventory before we salvage stuff. So that is a massive upgrade.
Okay, so treating up none of us move. If none of us move, it will just be more.
Yep, that's a fairly chunky upgrade. That's
one.
pretty nice.
We all.
More intelligent.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Everyone put your controllers down.
Got no rings currently. Those are decent, but not amazing. Probably going to leave them. I'm going to leave those belts.
Wow.
But that is glorious. That I will be equipping. So this weapon, I think it's a scythe. Yes, 2-handed scythe.
What would that do for you, man?
Has a ridiculously high amount of damage on it. So I am 100% going to be equipping that.
Put it on.
You just can't leave.
Do I put them?
So that gives me a snazzy scythe looking thing.
Wait, does it turn into a CPU?
And I am going to very quickly enchant this scythe to give it a slot. Because if you have slots on your items, like my Crushbane has, and it has a gem, an Imperial Ruby slotted into the slot currently, you can, as I just mentioned, put gems into them and augment your abilities even further. So, let's have a look. Can't do it for that one. We want to find something that will give us a chance of getting a slot. But it doesn't look like, without sacrificing vitality or intelligence, which both look like fairly high rolls, that we can get a slot on the weapon. So I'm just going to live with it, actually. It's a good weapon. It's much better than my Crushbane with a socket. Or a slot. So I'm going to live. I think I'm just going to deal. Cool. So I'm going to store the lovely Crushbane, depending on its stats. Oh, I've also got another weapon. I didn't know I had a legendary.
What is this?
That is garbage. I will take it for the identification. So that mace I just got is utterly rubbish. The Nutcracker. Let's have a look, see what it looks like. It looks like a big spiky ball. That looks like the mace from Lord of the Rings. I'm going to embarrass myself here. Head of Mordor's mace. Can't remember his name. Oh well, life goes on. If chat's got any ideas, feel free to pipe up on that one, because I was completely at a loss. So I'm going to disenchant both of those, or salvage them, along with most of the other stuff in my inventory. Anything else I'm going to keep.
You want to do the same as well?
Pretty much. So if we're going to salvage, we press X, mass salvage, and then we can select these individually and salvage them for Forbidden Souls, I believe they're called. So if you go ahead and do yours now, Andrew.
There we are. So salvage, mass salvage.
Yep.
Yep.
And now Andrew can now choose to salvage either of these two legendary pieces, if he wants. Or he can put them in his chest.
I can salvage them. Hello guys.
Hi Curtis, how are you?
I'm good. I'm going to salvage them both.
Cool, cool, cool. Some Forbidden Souls.
Yep.
Not bad.
They are all done.
So, one thing I do want to do to slightly augment my abilities currently is I have a few bits of armour lying around. Most notably, the Ring of Royal Grandeur, and another piece of armour somewhere, and I'm trying to find it now. Maybe I'm mistaken. Okay, I'm mistaken. So it's primarily the Ring of Royal Grandeur. And we want to put the Ring of Royal Grandeur into the Kunai's Cube, or the Kunai's Cube. This thing. Kunai's Cube. And remove its legendary ability. Extract legendary power. Now this is a very late game artifact you're meant to get after you complete the story. But because of course we have the adventure mode unlocked straight away, we can go get it immediately, and I have done that. And at the cost of one of each of those 5 adventure resources, the scroll, the butterfly wings, the piece of tapestry, the melted metal looking gunk, and the holy water, and then 5 of the yellow bottle of fluid, I can remove the legendary ability from any piece of legendary equipment. So I think I might do 2. I'm going to do the Ring of Royal Grandeur. Then I'm also going to do the Furnace. It's quite a nice hammer. Increase damage against elites by 50%. Excellent.
Is that what you was after?
So I'm going to equip the Furnace, and I'm going to equip the Ring of Royal Grandeur.
I'm a bullet.
I'm going to grab these books because they give us 3 XP. Then I'm going to craft myself some new equipment. What do we want to go with? No, I didn't want to do that. Okay. We go with that, which is not amazing. That, I think, is what I want to go for. Yeah, so Kane's Scrivener is pretty decent. And with the Ring of Royal Grandeur, we only need 2 pieces to get the 3 set bonus. So what could we go for? What else could we go for? We could get the board. I'm just looking at other possible sets that I could look at. So that might be an excellent one to go for alongside. So I could very easily go for the chest piece from this, the gloves from Kane's, the legs from Kane's, and the braces from Ogil's, which I think is what I'll go for. So craft them.
Let's do that.
So we get some very snazzy little braces there. And we're going to equip them straight away. We're there going to get a chest. Also going to be very snazzy. I hope. Not the best of upgrades, but a decent one. I might have to re-roll something for vitality. Maybe the thorns damage might get re-rolled for vitality, but I'm not sure. But we'll equip that. Then we'll go for the gloves, Kane's Scrivener. I believe that's how you pronounce that. Craft one of them. That'll upgrade our gloves. It's not, again, not the greatest of upgrades, but we're going for set bonuses here. And we want some pants as well. So we're going for this one. Well, that's a very nice little upgrade. A lot of vitality, a lot of... No intelligence, though, which is, again, a bit of a problem. So... let's see what we can do about fixing some of these little problems, little irks we've got with some of these bits of gear. So our gauntlets have intelligence, but don't have any vitality.
So what's the process that you'll be doing on this then?
So what I can do is I can select the piece of armour. Oh, ancient, nice. I can select the piece of armour. I can select a property, like for example, what to pick? Gold from monsters would be a good one to do. But unfortunately, that's not what we want. So I'm actually going to leave.
Just put down a time you're here.
I'm going to leave those braces as is. And have a look here. What can Command Golem be replaced with? Excellent. Okay. So we want to replace Command Golem damage, or the Thorns damage.
As long as James is in. Let me ask Jim.
So we'll replace the Command Golem damage, hopefully with Vitality. Perfect. Vitality. Ta-da!
Awesome. Is that all sorted?
So that makes it a lot better piece of armour. Our next piece of armour is going to be Kane's Scrivener. And that's looking pretty decent, aside from the... maybe the reduced cooldown could be replaced with Vitality? Yeah, it can, so let's see if we can get that done. Not this time. So we have to go with another property and then re-roll it again. And we still don't get it. We can try re-rolling it once more. We've got 2 more attempts for this. We get our Vitality. Beautiful. Now, the Leggings. We need some intelligence on here badly. Thankfully, we have Grim Scythe damage that we will never, or pretty much never use. That can handily be hopefully re-rolled for intelligence. It cannot be re-rolled for intelligence, but it can be re-rolled for 2 sockets, which I'll live with for the moment.
What do the sockets do?
So sockets, as I previously mentioned, allow us to slot gemstones in. And some of the gemstones I can craft over here.
He's pretty sure he says stuff like that. It's just this little gap here.
Over here, I can craft Imperial Topazes. Which if we look, gives us 100 intelligence. Which is not terrible. I could go for the Flawless Imperial Topazes, but they're a tad expensive. I'm just on screen at the moment. Well, maybe tonight.
Yeah.
So I'm going to create 1 Flawless Imperial Topaz and an Imperial, and I've already got an Imperial Topaz. And then I am going to insert them into my leggings. Little gems, Topaz, Flawless Imperial Topaz, into Kane's Habit. And those into there. And we have some very strong intelligence on that gear now. That's not very strong, but it's decent.
Wow.
So that augments my abilities quite nicely. So, set bonuses we have at the moment. We have -7 damage from range, -7 damage from melee, -15 from elites, and +15 damage to elites. Along with +8% attack speed and 50% magic item find and bonus experience, which is delectable. If we could combine that with a really good helmet, not saying we can, but if we can, not sure we have a straight up. We have a straight up legendary helmet. What did it say? So we have level 70 helmet, I think, with a helmet command. Oh no, we don't. Okay. So I'm going to go for a Sovereign Ascended Crown. I'm actually going for a couple of them. See what I can get. That one had a slot, but it's still not amazing. That's better, but has no slot. But I might be able to roll a slot onto it. So I'm going to take the 2 good helmets I have and see if I can get slots onto them. So we've got our currently equipped one, and this one here. Now this one is slightly better for us, so we're going to try and get a slot on it. We can get a socket from here. We'll re-roll the Death Nova damage. We don't get a socket on the first roll. Try for the second one. I'm only going to do this a few times before I give up. No, okay. So we'll live with an extra big chunk of armour, which will be quite nice. Yeah. So I'm going to equip that in my inventory. So at the moment, I look pretty horrendous. I've got a weird, crazy helmet, some spiky shoulder pads, a Red Riding Hood-esque chest piece. I just look like a whole mismatched pile of nothing. So one thing I can do about that is I can go to Transmogrify. I can take the helmet, and I can turn it into a goat's head.
Oh, let's have a look at that.
I can then turn each separate piece of my armour into armour from a particular set. So we can go for like the goat type set here. Looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
Not the most amazing set in the world. I'm actually going with those boots because I prefer them. His legs. Boots wise, we're once again going to go with these boots. So we look a lot snazzier now. In terms of dyeing, we of course want our horns to be red. Because we are blood and death. And all things forward. Our chest piece, we want to be jet black. Of course. The shoulder pieces doesn't make much difference, so I'm going to leave them as they are. Gloves will have as white purity dye. Sorry, little distraction in the background there. Apologies. We'll have some.
Maybe aqua blue. You look at the aqua blue.
None of these seem to make a whole awful lot of difference to the case habit. Oh well. And feet will switch out to a black colour. Now that looks a bit better, doesn't it? A bit more Grim Reaper-y. Grim Reaper of goats, I am. Now let's switch out some aesthetics to make them look complete. That's better. Pets will have the half-form golem. That works nicely.
Cool.
Now I too look like a horrible monstrosity. With my crazy Grim Reaper size. So, how about this, Andrew?
Okay.
For the last
How long
time is it?
It's on the bottom there.
Oh, we've only got 7 minutes left of the stream, so let's do something a bit more challenging.
Yeah.
Let's quit out quickly, back to the main menu, and up the difficulty Torment and see how we do.
Okay.
We can only do very low levels of Torment because Andrew isn't level 70 yet. But we can do some Torment, which is the really hard stuff.
And should I mention that it's the first time I've been playing this game today?
Yeah, this is Andrew's first day playing this game, full stop, end of story, so it's quite commendable.
Yeah.
So if we go back into adventure mode,
Which one do you want to do?
we'll do Act 2 for the moment. And we'll go up to Torment 1.
Yeah.
Now it's not super much different, it's only 75% more difficult,
Okay.
but it will make a big difference. The monsters will be a lot tougher.
Let's do it then.
So the last 7 minutes, we're going to do a couple more well, 6 minutes. We're going to do a couple more bounties that are going to run at Torment 1.
Okay. Are you ready for this then?
If it loads, which it should do.
Hopefully.
Very stable game. Right. Okay. What do we have?
Let's pick.
Ah, that'll be a fun one.
Let's do that one.
Viridian. One of the DLC bosses. A big blood spectre evil fellow.
right.
Down in the bottom of this tomb.
You ready then?
Let's see what we can do.
Oh, Andrew's not doing very well already.
Andrew's gonna have to be a lot more careful with the health here, Andrew. These guys hit very, very hard.
Let's see how we do then.
Yep. We'll probably do this bounty and then we'll be heading off, I'm afraid, guys.
It's been a pleasure with you guys today. Do you agree, Alex?
Indeed.
Yeah, let's do that.
Right, so we just have to make our way down into... Oh, legendary already, a set piece mojo. There's a set piece mojo already. So in Torment mode, there are new legendary items that show up that are only available in Torment mode. Quite cool. In fact, a lot of the upgrades I now need require Torment.
Working okay?
Yeah, we're getting all good now.
I've just confused them all for you.
Taking all the die though.
Yeah, all done.
The big chaps have a lot of health that one.
A lot more difficult for me as well. Really?
So this is one of the common events you find in this area. You interact with the altar, loads of bad guys spawn, then some more bad guys spawn, then some boss guys spawn. Diablo 3. Diablo 3.
Yeah.
So this big chappy is popped out called a Braxa. He's going to try and do it in. I'm going to summon some of our minions back to attack her with. And we'll attack her. We got a rare ring.
I've just picked up a masterful amulet of spikes.
Nice.
And
Only
double
blue.
leveled.
Oh, very nice. 63. Awesome. 63 is pretty good. Pretty good progress certainly. I'm afraid we might not be able to kill you because we're running out of time. We might just have to make it to the end of the floor and call it
Really?
Let's head this way. Lovely red So, we have some pretty nice stuff. I need to switch out one of my abilities. And I'll do that off screen in a minute. Rumble bears going around like crazy. We've got another big scary beastie showing up. That was my this guy. Oh, I went power on level 17 there.
Well done.
Very nice. We got a brutal massacre. 51 enemies killed in a chain. That's not bad at all. Looks like there might be another one coming up. There's a brutal massacre. 72, that's a savage massacre now.
7. And you've met we're firing a one boy there.
I'm gonna pretty nasty shot here.
And I'll bring sorry to all.
Yeah, I didn't really put it
That needs to recharge.
Need more mana.
The trick I just used there was I teleported through the door using my blink and attacked them from behind, which is riskier, but can sometimes allow you to clear doorways easier. So the boss there vortexed me or used to pull me into the area of affected freeze. It's pretty nasty tactic. And he's not doing so well here. Come on, man. So we can choose the enemies again, which is nice. We've got a legendary enemy. We've got a legendary enemy in here, so I think that's believe it or not. It's pretty nasty. I think the reason Andrew's dying is he keeps getting jailed in front of lasers when he's right on top of a freeze point.
Give it more time.
The recipe for death if ever I heard one. Right, let's see if we can find the stage before we head off. Resonance very powerful pieces, shall we?
Here.
I'm going to help Andrew out if I can. So Andrew went a bit, you can see there's like branching hats in the engines. So Andrew went one way and I went a different way and we both got to exactly the same spot. I think where we want to go, Andrew, is this way.
Oh.
No. I'm not 100% sure exactly where we want to head here, so kind of just exploring and hoping we find something good.
I'll do my armour.
So this way might be the location we're looking for, but it might not be. We're not 100% sure. Looking hopeful though. No, this is not where we want to be. So if we head back this way.
I think I'm on that island as well. Yeah, I can. I should probably
Need more time.
Do we go down?
So we're now doing a bit of backtracking to get back to where I think we've got to go to progress. Not 100% sure though, you never can be in these dungeons.
I don't know what you
Time,
can say.
time, just got to go with the flow. There are a load of metal and glory orbs there, which give us double damage for a period of time. We're dealing with some big chaps here. Not going to be very effective with this. Okay, so let's progress this way. See if this is where we have to go.
And currently we're on a ruthless.
Oh, very nice.
A ruthless massacre.
Ah, this looks like where we've got to be.
Should we go through the door?
So this door leads to an event called the Mantic Key, or Chematic Key.
And Andrew just confused them all.
Well, we just have to murder these innocent cultists and fill the room with their blood.
A vampire's dream, isn't it?
Lovely jubbly. And that, in turn, opens the door. And on that glorious golden light of a note, lads and lasses, we will head off. Good night and goodbye.
Take care.